Welcome back to Hardball. Former Trump campaign advisor George Papadopoulos was once dismissed by another campaign aide as nothing more than a coffee boy. Well, last year, Papadopoulos pled guilty to lying to the special counsel about contact he had with a suspected Russian agent who allegedly told him the Russians had dirt on Hillary Clinton. Prosecutors said in August that Papadopoulos didn't provide substantial assistance to the Russian investigation. In fact, much of the information he did provide came only after the government confronted him with information it had obtained already on its own. We're back with our panel. This guy, Papadopoulos, who is Jonathan, take over for me on Papadopoulos. He is one of the minor characters, but certainly part of this story.
Well, I mean, to some extent, he's a gadfly in Trump orbit, and I'm sure all the people close to the president, of all the folks that Donald Trump has tried to distance himself from and say, I wasn't really close to this guy. I mean, it's probably truest of George Papadopoulos, obviously not true of Michael Cohen or Paul Manafort.
But we saw his picture at that big meeting, which is really when we got proof that he does exist. He was in the room. Right. He was more than a Cato Kalin character. He wasn't just hanging around. He had some role.
But this is the key, Chris. Like, as any good reporter knows and as any good investigator knows, talk to the assistants, talk to the coffee boys. Everybody's got some piece of information, and in this case, George Papadopoulos had pretty important information for Robert Mueller.
Another unlikely character in the Russian investigation is Russian pop star Emin Agalarov. In 2013, Donald Trump filmed a cameo in an Emin music video while in Moscow for the Miss Universe pageant, which Emin and his oligarch father partnered in. What's he doing over there? Earlier this summer, Emin released a satirical music video featuring, quote, surveillance footage, so-called, of a look-alike Trump with beauty pageant contestants in a hotel room. That's troublesome. The video also features Emin slipping cash to Stormy Daniels. There he is. Well, the Agalarvs also helped set up that infamous meeting in Trump Tower in 2016, the one we all talk about. Emin also addressed that meeting in his interview with Vice News.
I said, listen, there's some people that want to meet you. They obviously want something that could potentially help them resolve things that you could be interested in, or maybe not. If you can spare 5 minutes of your time, I'd be grateful. If not, no problem. And obviously, Don Jr., Big Don Jr. said, of course, I'll do it if you're asking me.
Oh, my God. How did he get so Russophiled? Why is this president so intrigued and interlocked and messed up with so many Russian characters?
Well, it's not just Russia. It's so many characters, full stop. And I think this is what we were talking about earlier, the notion that the usual suspects haven't come in here. So you've got the Russian pop star, you've got the Playboy model, you've got the porn star, you've got the lawyer who was dealing with cab medallions in New York, you've got crazy Uncle Rudy, you've got a guy from the Meineke muffler shop with an important job in the administration.
Who's that?
There's a cabana boy at HUD, the Department of Agriculture, and the idea is, and that they're interchangeable. Like one will pop up for a while and fade away, and like, oh, Michael Cohen's back. And it's just a reality show cast of characters that are ever interchangeable.
These are the people that Trump is of.
Right.
He comes from that world. He's not just going to it.
He brought this with him. It's clue. Did they do it in the Trump Tower with a candlestick and a Russian mobster porn star, whatever? Like, that's where these people were involved. And this guy in particular, this goes to Omarosa. This goes to this whole administration. He's not careful with who he spends time with.
True.
This guy is like a Michael Bublé mixed with Jersey Shore pop star maniac who's been running around the country and spending money like crazy. Who knows what he could be talking about? And when your friends make joke videos about Kim Jong-un erasing your image from hanging around with prostitutes, those aren't the good friends to have.
Well, and imagine if you're Robert Mueller, and these are your witnesses. These are the people who are going to help you put your case together. And when people attack the credibility, they say, well, well, Sam Nunberg's not a very trustworthy witness, or Michael Cohen's not. Well, there aren't really any trustworthy witnesses. You're not going to find the Pope in this cast of characters. So that's what you're going to have to work with.
Is that Trump's game? Only hang out with sleaze?
By choice or circumstance, I don't know.
Anyway, coming up, the reality star of the year. You might be surprised. You're watching